triangles and trapezoids. So we're going to talk about two new formulas. The first one that we're going to talk about is a triangle. So two triangles are formed from a parallelogram. Okay? So that parallelogram, to find a triangle, they cut off the end pieces and kind of put them together. But what you need to know most about the area of a triangle is its formula. So this is going to be the most important. The area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. And the height of the triangle makes a 90-degree angle with the base. But luckily for us, that B and H, I already know what B is, base, the bottom. H is the height. And we talked yesterday about how height is up and down, not slanted, so I don't choose the hypotenuse of the triangle. Okay? Like the diagonal of the triangle.
When did we learn about the hypotenuse?
Okay, so we're moving down here, but the biggest thing is that you know that the area of the triangle is 1/2 base times height. It is also up here. Okay? All right, so looking at number 1, it says label the base and the height of the triangle and then use the formula to find the area of each triangle. So when we go to take our test and stuff, all of these shapes are going to be thrown together on the same paper. So the first thing that you always want to do is identify what shape it is. So this is a triangle, and they're asking me for area, so I know I'm using 1/2 times base times height. Okay? Now, we're talking about the bottom base of this triangle. So Deontay, what is the base of this triangle? 14, because it's the bottom, it's that foundation it's sitting on, base. Okay? Rowan, what do you think the height of this triangle is?
16.
The 16, because the height is straight up and down. It wouldn't be a slanted line. So this is my H. So when I go to plug it in my formula, you've got two options for 1/2. What's one way you could type in 1/2 on your calculator? 0.5. The other way is 1, ABC, 2. And that'll give you 1/2. Okay? So whatever you like best, that's fine. So I'm going to take 1/2 times the base 14 times the height 16. So on my calculator, 1/2 times 14 times 16. Enter, and Johansen says 112. And since this is area, I would put inches squared.
Oh, can't forget the square.
Yeah. So anytime I put my area label, it's always squared. All right, let's do number 2 together. Okay, so number 2, I'm looking at it. I'm noticing that it's a triangle. It's asking for area, so I'm going to use 1/2 times base times height. All right, Taylor, what's the base of that triangle? 3.5. All right, and then Hayden, what's the height? 2. So I'm going to do, on my calculator, 1/2 times the base, which is 3.5, times the height, which is 2. So 1/2 times 3.5 times 2, and I get 3.5, and that would be meters squared. All right, on your paper, I want you to draw a line and then divide it in half like that. Okay, so draw a line, divide it in half like that, the green that I put up there, and I'm going to let you answer 2 problems in here. So question 3 and question 4. All right, I'm going to change my slide here. This is going to be 3, this is going to be 4. And this is inches. And this one's going to be, okay. So I want you to find the area of both of these triangles and just put your answer in those little boxes that we just made.
Oh, I know it.
Okay, we're just, not right now, just right now, everybody needs to be doing those 2 problems in those 2 little boxes we drew. Our area equals, right behind my head, 1/2 times the base times the height.
Put your hands down. Give everybody a chance. don't know if you're ready before. I don't know. It was the end of the semester. It was the end of the semester. We'll talk about that later. Also, right now is not the time.
All right, Avery, on number 3, what's the base of the triangle on number 3?
12.
Avery, what's the base?
It's a triangle.
What is the base?
12.
Avery.
I just said 12. Avery's 32.
The base is 32 because that's the bottom. What is the height?
12.
12. This 8 is just there to throw us off. Okay, because the height we just talked about is straight up and down. It's never diagonal. All right, then I'm going to do 1/2 times the base times the height. And we would say 192 inches squared.
For like this, do we have this?
I got that one.
I think for plug in the value, we have to put 1/2 or maybe 0.5.
Yes, I
Finally,
Guys, touch. All right, so the next one, Avery, let's let you redeem yourself and don't just say something to say it, because actually answer.
I did.
Okay, what's the base of number 4? The base, the bottom. 20, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Selena, what's the height?
15.
The height is 15 because it's straight up and down. That 26 there to throw me off because it's a diagonal. Height is always straight up and down. So 1/2 times the base times the height, and we get 150 feet squared.
What?
Are there any questions on the triangle?
Did you make sure you were recording?
Okay, going back here. Going back to our notes. The other shape that we're going to look at today is a trapezoid. Okay? A trapezoid has 2 bases and 2 diagonals. Okay, that's what a trapezoid is. And the formula for area of a trapezoid is a little bit different. It's 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So it's a little bit more, and we're going to talk about that again here in just a second. I'll talk about what all the values mean, but you need to make sure you write that formula down. 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height.
Can you cut out the baby? What did I do?
Nothing. Shh. Okay, now, we know that B represents base, but this one's a little bit different because it's got B1 and B2. So what that means is that B1 is the base, and that's the top. So this B1 is that top base. B2 is a base again, but it's the bottom. So if you look at the little figure that I drew right here, base 1 is the top base, base 2 is the bottom base. And then H is our height. And our height comes from a straight up and down. So somewhere they're going to draw some dotted line, and that is your height. I could not do either of the diagonals because height is never measured at a diagonal. Height is straight up and down. Okay. All right, so we're going to move on to number 3. It says, use a formula to determine the area of the shape below. You'll notice right there, it does not tell you what shape it is. So you're going to have to know that this is a trapezoid. And from a trapezoid, this is the formula that I use. So on my little formula part, I'm going to put 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Now, before I start plugging numbers in, order of operations says I always do what's inside the parentheses first. So I will always add those two numbers that are in the parentheses before I start multiplying. All right, Alfredo, what's my base 1? 7. All right, Mia, what's my base 2? What's base 2 says it's the 12, the bottom. Okay, and Hunter, what's my height? 4. This 5 is just there to mess me up. It's a diagonal. It's not height because height is straight up and down. Okay? All right, now I'm going to plug in where they go, and I'm going to put it over here because there's not enough room. Okay? So I'm going to write 1/2 times. Now I'm going to add base 1 plus base 2 times the height. Order of operations say that I add the two numbers together first. So 7 plus 12 is 19. And then look, that actually looks like the area formula for a triangle. So 1/2 times 19 times 4, and we get 38, and that would be inches squared. That's not as bad as it looks, was it? All right. I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'll let you try a couple. Okay, okay. All right, so looking at this, Farts McGee, this is a trapezoid. So I know that I'm using my trapezoid area formula. All right. So, Allie, what would my base 1 be? Huh? 6. Oh. All right, Cameron, what's my base 2? 10. Okay. Rodrigo, what's my height? 3. This 9's there to mess me up. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna once again 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height. Order of operations say I do the parentheses first. So 6 plus 10 is 16. And then 1/2 times 16 times 3 is 24. This doesn't have a label on it, so it's going to be units squared.
This is something geometry.
Yes, Cameron. 24. I am too. All right. I'm gonna put 2 problems up for you to do. I want you to flip your notes over. At the very bottom where it says summarize this lesson, you're gonna put these 2 problems. Okay, so we're gonna find the area. All right, I want you to find the area of each of those trapezoids. I don't know why I'm hearing conversations when you should be doing these 2 problems quiet.
Yeah. So 1/2 in the parentheses, that's 6 times 10 times 6 little.
both of those?
I can give you those are the.
Oh, just put units.
Unit square, yeah.
So if they don't ever tell you what the units are, if they don't tell you their inches or feet or meters or centimeters, unit squared.
Right.
All right, well, we'll start with this first one. I noticed that it's a trapezoid. All right, so I know I'm using this formula right here. Okay, Ashton, what's my base 1? 12, okay. Maddie, what's my base 2? 28. And Emma, what's my height? 12. 15's there to mess me up. So 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height. So 12 plus 28, that's 40. So 1/2 times 40 times 12, that's 240 units squared.
Oh, on the right. I got it right too.
All right.
What's your name?
All right, Mia, on the second one, what's my base 1? 16, okay. Allison, what's my base 2? 30. Alexa, what's my height? 8. These 10s are there just to mess me up. So 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times height. So 16 plus 36, or 36, 46. And then 1/2 times 46 times 8,
184.
units squared.
So we have to put units squared.
All right, are there any questions about any parts of the trapezoid? Like identifying bases, height, formula? Okay, I'm going to do one last one where they kind of put two figures together. Okay, so I want you to look at this picture. Okay, hold on. All right, I'll put some labels on here. Okay, look at the figure, and who can raise their hand and tell me the shapes that you see? All right, Peyton, you want to talk? Okay, you see anything else?
Rectangle.
I see a rectangle and a triangle. This one is like number 5 on your homework, so I'd probably be paying attention. I see a rectangle. I see a rectangle right here. And I see a triangle right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to find the area of the rectangle. Over here. Area of a rectangle is length times width. So area of this rectangle is length times width. So 20 times 8 is 160. Is everybody okay on that?
Yes.
Okay. Then I go over here to this green. This is a triangle, and triangle is 1/2 times base times height. So 1/2 times the base, which is 6, times the height, which is 8. So that is 24. And then I'll add them, yes. So the area for that whole entire figure is 160 plus 24. So that's 184, and that's units squared. All right, so we're going to do the homework now. I'm going to shut this off.